Hey, what's up guys? Gangsta Jeweler here. So today we are going to be working on a white gold ring. It's a pretty nice ring, but we're sizing it down to a 4.5, and we're going from a 7. So we're going 1, 2, 2.5 sizes. So we're going down quite a bit, but so with all things said, this should be a pretty simple repair or sizing, but like I said, you never know. Now here you're gonna have to be careful with these stones on the side coming way down. So like I was telling you in the last video, god damn, sorry guys, I hope I ain't coming down with something again. I just got over that freaking illness and I've been sneezing the past 2 days. It might just be allergies, hopefully. But anyways, so the tool I was telling you about, let me see if I can find it here. I haven't used it in forever, so it's probably going to be buried in the bottom here. Let's see, where are you at? I don't see it right offhand, so I'm not going to worry about it. But anyways, most of you guys probably know there's a tool that you can get where you can put it like this and it'll pull the ring down from here, but you don't want to do that because you have these stones that are coming way down the side here like this. So you're going to want to bend from here down. You don't want to, even with these here. So you're going to want to be careful. You want to make sure that this part here isn't up here by the stones. You want to be below it and bend from there. Okay, that's just something to keep in mind. But we're going 2.5 sizes down. So what we need to do so we need to go ahead and mark. You can find our 2.5 sizes here. Hold on, I gotta adjust the camera here a little bit. There we go. Now this let's see, where's our 2.5? See, there's our, god damn, these things. It's the only bad thing about these things, if you don't use a certain one of them on here, they'll like to lock up and freeze after a while. But nothing major. You can break it free with some pliers. Nothing crazy. Let's just see if we can't. Finish. Man, this thing's being stubborn as hell. And bitches do not want to separate. We're gonna fight the ring sizing boss today. That's the game we're playing. Come on. Well, y'all get to sit here and watch me fight the ring sizer thing for a while, I guess. Alright, fuck it. So at any rate, I know this says 2 3/4, but this is the 2.5 right below it. So we're going to, because we really don't have to get it twisted all the way around. Anyways, that's the 2.5 right there. So we're not going to worry about trying to get it separated. Don't want to separate right now, but we don't need it to, because we can still mark it like this. But anyways, so that's the 2 3/4 there. This is the 2.5 line. So we're going to mark with just these two here. And we're going to mark on the bottom of the ring. So we're going to take our piece and then we're going to rake it across the bottom. And we're going to make 2 lines. Okay, now I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me zoom you guys in here. But right there and right there, that's where we're going to cut it. So you can cut it with a pair, you can go ahead and cut it with your jeweler saw, or if you just want to cut it. The difference, you know, it's a really matter of preference, really. There is really no right or wrong. Like I said, there's many different ways you can do certain things in jewelry repair. All right. And there we go, guys. We've now got the ring sized. It should work for them now. We'll leave it just like that. And this video is concluded. No, I'm fucking with you guys. I'm only doing that because I know the person this ring belongs to is probably going to be watching this video. It's just going to be like, oh my god. But anyways, no, we still got more we got to do. We need to even the sides out real quick with our cutting disc before we start putting them together. Okay, now, like I said, we're going to have to close this gap now, but when we're pulling, we don't want to pull from the sides. Now, you're going to have to get on the side, but you want to make sure you're just bending the bottom part down. You don't want to be bending the side part down, because then you're going to loosen all these stones coming down. So you want to be very careful with that. So we are going to okay, and like I said, just want to be careful. Because we are going to be bending from the sides here. And it's not a big issue, you know. If you do end up losing a stone or two, you can always reset it, but you want to try to minimize, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Now you're probably going to have to oval this a little bit, but that's just the way it has to be to keep the stones intact the best that you can. Well, this is going to be a small ass ring, ain't it? Okay. We're almost there. We've almost got that gap closed. But we just want to take our time, because here again, we got to be mindful of the stones coming down the side. So just got to be mindful. We're almost there. Now it's going to be ovaled, but we got to oval it from here down because we can't bend from the sides down. So we'll be able to straighten it out once we get it welded together. Once we get it welded together, we'll be able to straighten her out. We are almost there, guys. Hold on, I got two. Sorry, I was looking for something. There it is. Alrighty. Sorry guys, I had something on my desk that I put on there earlier that I was looking for, that I kind of forgot about it. I wanted to move it before I put my arm up there when we're welding. Have it stick to my arm and then lose it, you know. Which I'm sure some of you veteran guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. We are almost there, guys. Almost there. Almost there. And we're just taking our time. We don't want to be in a rush. There we go. Sorry guys, I'm having to kind of look around the camera here. Now when you straighten this out, you may have to re-weld it again. But like I said, it's better to have to re-weld. It's always better to oval and have to re-weld than to mess up the sides, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. And I know it's going to look like a heart shape for a moment, but that's okay. We got to do that though. Because like I said, here again, we can't bend down these sides here. So once we get it in and we get it welded, we can then round it out. Now there's a chance we may have to re-weld it, but that's fine. If we do, we do. If we do, we do. Alright, now what we need to do is we need to get this ring to come. We got to straighten the shank out a little bit. Now white gold is a lot harder than yellow gold, so you're going to find that these shanks are much harder to work with. They do tend to be a little bit rougher to work with. Alright, we're going to switch to these now, because we're actually having to bend this quite heart shaped to protect the sides here like this. Now I know the lady this ring belongs to, she's probably going to watch this video and she's going to freak out. You know, it's crazy because a lot of people, they don't realize how you size a ring. And then when they actually see it, they're like, oh my God. They're like, what'd you do to my ring? Okay, so now what we're going to do is I want to try to bend that back out a little bit. Bend it back out just a tad. Bend this back out just a tad. Yeah, we got it down enough. Now we just got to get them even. You want them to be as close as possible. There we go. There we go. So now you can see we got our piece met back together. But what we had to do, you see how this is bent from here, and here? Reason being because we have these stones coming way down the side here. We can't bend from here. So we're going to have to bend from here to here. Now there's a possibility once we weld this back together that once we round it out, we may have to re-weld it. It may split. Doesn't always, but if it does, we'll re-weld it. But like I always say, it's better to oval weld and have to re-weld than to have stones coming out the sides. I mean, you can reset them. You know, that's not a big deal. You could reset the stones, but you want to you don't want to create more work for yourself. So, but we got that together. So let's go ahead and weld it real quick. We're going to go ahead and drop this in boric acid denatured alcohol. And we're going to set it on fire. Go ahead and light that up. Let that burn off. But yeah, it's crazy how many people really don't know what goes into jewelry repair, you know, and they're like, that's why I don't recommend letting somebody. I did that one time and I had a lady just all but freak out on me. She wanted to watch me size her ring. And I don't recommend letting somebody watch because they don't understand exactly what you're doing, and they really freak out when they start seeing you bending, and then they see you got to use a fire and you're putting fire to their jewelry. They flip out. So I don't recommend letting somebody watch unless it's another jeweler. We're going to go and cut our white gold solder here, but otherwise they flip out on you. And I mean, I understand, you know, that they would flip out because they don't really know what's going on. But a lot of them are like, I didn't know you had to put fire to jewelry to size it and all this, you know, all this other stuff. It's like, yeah, man, it's not. You know, a lot of people think you just stick it on a ring stretcher, which they do have ring stretchers, but the only thing you can really stretch is a plain band. If it's got stones in it, you have to cut and add gold to it, or cut and take gold from it, whether you're going up or down a little bit. Okay, there's my piece. All right, let me zoom you guys in here. Let's go ahead and grab our piece. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and weld this together. And like I said, we may have to re-weld it once we straighten it out. It'd be nice if we don't, but if we do, we do. But it's better to do that than to mess up the sides of the ring. Okay, we got that through. Now these are diamonds, so I'm not really worried about putting it in water. All right, let me zoom you guys back out here so you can see we got it welded now. And what we need to do now is go ahead and round it out. And like I said, since white gold is much harder, as we're rounding it out, it's probably, there's a possibility your weld may split. But if that's the case, you know, re-welding it's not a big deal. Damn, that's so small it won't even fit back on the mandrel. Where is our... There you go. We'll just leave it like that. We got a size 4.5. How about that? I think that looks good. I'm messing with you guys. I just know that this person this ring belongs to is probably gonna watch it and they're gonna be like, "Oh my god." Let's see. I'm looking for my little I call it like my little mandrel. And here's one for the big boys. Look at that thing. This thing goes all the way up to 25, size 25. You know, in all the years I've ever had, I've only had to use this thing like maybe 3 or 4 times. I've rarely had to use that, but it comes in handy whenever you do need it. There it is. That's what I was looking for right there. We're gonna have to use this, I guess, for a minute. Just enough to get it open to just enough to get it open to get it on the freaking mandrel, because we're gonna use our rubber mallet to tap this thing out. And this doesn't hurt it in any way, shape, or form. And I know it looks like shit right now, but by the time we're done with it, it's not going to. Alright, let's see if that'll fit back on the mandrel now, maybe. Maybe. Nope. Says not gonna happen today, man. Alright, let's tap on this some more here. Okay, let's see if... Basically, I just need to get it open enough to get it back on the regular mandrel. Nope. Not gonna happen. Alright, now let's see. Aha! We got it. Hey, it's a 1. I wonder if she'd be able to get that on her finger. No. So now that we got it on there, let's work it up a little bit. And like I said, white gold is much harder than yellow gold, so you're gonna have to practice with white gold, because white gold acts a little different than yellow gold does. It's the same principle, same process, but yeah. Basically, this rubber mallet's not going to hurt the ring in any way, shape, or form. So You want to use that to get it rounded out, and then you may have to use a ball peen hammer, possibly, at some point. But if you're beating on the sides, you're going to want to use the rubber mallet. You don't want to be beating on the sides with a ball peen hammer with this. Don't want to be using that on the sides of the ring. You can use it on the bottom, but not the sides. Now, this is a very, very hard white gold ring. It's not very flexible, I would say. That's probably the word I'm looking for. Now it's going to take us some time to get this rounded out, because this is it's a nice ring, man. It's got one hell of a shank on it. It's very thick. And like I said, white gold is harder than yellow gold as far as, you know, being very sturdy. So all right, we're getting somewhere, guys. All right, let's get it off of here. Now, it don't look like we're making progress right now, but we are. Slowly but surely. Yep, there it went. So yeah, so the pressure, the tension finally split it. So what we're going to have to do is go ahead and re-weld it, which is not a big issue. But I feel a lot of times you're going to have to re-weld, because, and that's using hard solder. That's not even using easy or medium. Just because white gold has so much, like, it's not very flexible. But it's the only way you're going to be able to size these without, when you got stones coming down the sides like that. Like I said, it's always better to oval and re-weld than to not oval and have stones coming out the ring all over the place. So you're going to have to boric acid and denatured alcohol it, and you're going to have to reflux it. Reflux it. And we're going to have to cut us another piece of white gold here. Alright, let me get you guys zoomed in here. Let's go ahead and grab our piece of solder here. And we're going to heat it up. We need to make our torch a little bigger. Need a little bit hotter flame here. Alright, we got it re-welded. Let's go ahead and cool that off real quick. And you see we got it re-welded now. Okay. So now back to tapping, getting it rounded back out. Alright, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Now we're going to switch to a ball peen hammer a little bit just because this metal is so hard. And I can't stick this up in the hole on my desk because the ring is so far up. Well, it's been a while since I've had a white gold ring that was this hard and stiff. Now we're tapping on the metal part. We're not tapping where the stones are. And we're just tapping. We're not hitting. We're not like sledgehamming. Just tap. Now, if you need to tap on the sides where the stones are, you want to use the rubber mallet. Don't use the ball peen hammer. That make for a bad day. For sure. Well, you ain't got to worry about this ring going anywhere. This white gold is super thick and stiff. Okay, we're getting somewhere now, guys. And tapping, like I said, you're not hurting the metal in any way, shape, or form. Tapping, you're not changing the thickness of the shank in any way, shape, or form. You just want to take your time with it. Alright, we need to start tapping up here now. I know the person this ring belongs to is probably watching this like, oh my god, my ring's never going to be the same. It's fine. A lot of people just don't know what all goes into sizing a ring and replacing stones, and you'd be amazed. Oh, we're almost rounded out, guys. Almost rounded out. You know what's going to suck? I think we're going to maybe have to cut a little more out of this. Possibly. I'm not sure yet. We'll see once we get it fully rounded out, but may not have to. Boy, this white gold is hard. Stiff as can be. Like I said, that damn thing ain't going nowhere anytime soon. getting rounded back out now, at least. That's a start, for sure. Just cannot believe how thick this shit is. It's been a while since I've had to beat that hard on a... Not that hard, but I mean it's that much to get it rounded out. Okay, we are almost there, guys. Almost there. Almost. All right. All right, let me file this inside down real quick. Get that little bit of that excess out of there with a rock. Let's get a little bit of that excess out of there. All right, now it's kind of like a tight, almost 4.5. Kind of a tight. Stupid bug. Sorry guys, I had a fly or bug fly on my face here. All right. Boy, this thing is stiff. It's been so long since I've seen one this stiff. White gold anyways. It just does not want to bend like it normally would. All right, she is a 4.5 that way, and she is a 4.5 that way. All right, guys. Four and a half. So we're 4.5 there, 4.5 there. All right. Now, what we need to do is make this thing nice and smooth and flush so that we can get ready to polish it. And we've already filed down the inside of the ring. So what we need to do is go ahead and file the outside. If we can. Let's go ahead and file the outside part. Well, drop check. You're gonna have that happen. You're gonna drop stuff occasionally. Ain't much you can do about that. Alright, now what we need to do is go ahead and smooth the inside out. Before we do that though, let's go ahead and file these sides down with a metal file. Get them looking halfway decent again. Oh yeah, that's looking good, guys. Starting to come into shape. And remember, when you're filing the side down where we welded it to get it even with the rest of the shank, you don't have to push real hard. You know, you don't have to crank down on it real hard. Alright, now it's running across the top here. Kind of get them rough edges out of there. Well, that's one hell of a ring though, man. One hell of a ring. One hell of a ring. Alright, we got that side looking good, so let's go ahead and go to the other side here. And essentially we're just doing the same thing over here. Same exact process. We're just trying to get it blended in real good. Remember, the idea is that you shouldn't even be able to tell where it was sized from. At least that's your goal. That is your goal. Oh yeah, that's looking good. And let's go ahead and run across the top on the corner there. And I'm sure the person this ring belongs to, they'll be watching this and saying, oh, thank God my ring's starting to look semi-normal again. Alright guys, let's check our size one more time. 4.5, 4.5, 4.5. That was a pretty massive jump from here. It was going down quite a bit. This is where it was a 7. Let's go ahead and put that down. Alright, let's go ahead and smooth the inside out with our silicone wheel. Get our silicone wheel here. Okay. We're making some progress, guys. We're making some progress. Alright, we got the inside looking good. You can see we got the inside nice and smoothed out now. You see there. So let's go ahead and switch to our other silicone wheel so we can take care of the outside and the sides of the ring. And basically this is just going to get a lot of the deep scratches out and stuff. Kind of like that one you just seen there. You can see how it's just disappearing. Okay, it's starting to come into shape now, guys. Alright, let's go ahead and do the sides here a little bit. All right, let's work on the other side here. Alright guys, we are pretty much done. So what I'm going to go do now is I'm going to go drop this into ultrasound and clean it up, polish it, and we will come back and look at the finished product. Let's check the size one more time. 4.5 and 4.5. Alright guys, I'm going to go clean this up and polish it, and we'll come back and look at the finished product, guys. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back with that ring. You can see we got it nice. Here, let me zoom you guys in. Got it nice, cleaned and polished. And got a fuzz ball on there too. Somehow. Hold on, let me... I hate getting my fingerprints on it after we've done. But we got it sized from a 7 to a 4.5. All of our stones are intact. And we've got... God, I hate getting my fingerprints off on it after we polish it. But we went from a 7 to a 4.5. And that's another repair down, guys. We'll have more to come for sure. But if you would like and subscribe, that would be fantastic. If you'd like to leave a tip or donation, a link for that will be down in the description, although it's not required. Just helps the channel grow. Also, if you're in the Jacksonville area, I highly recommend Money Miser for jewelry, if you're looking to buy jewelry on Blanding Boulevard. And then also... if you're going to be buying jewelry online, I highly recommend Stellar Jewelry, which I'll have the link for that down in the description as well. But yeah, man, we got this one all done and taken care of. Also, if you want to check out, I'm no longer on Kick. I've switched to Twitch. So I'll have the link for that down in the description. But I have a Twitch reaction stream that I do, and then also I have another channel, which is basically where all my live streams go. For the like, if you miss my live streams, I just put them there if you want to watch them. But this is the Gangster Jeweler, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. Also, if you'd like for me to do your repairs, you can visit my Etsy shop, which I have the link for that down in the description as well. But this is the Gangster Jeweler, guys, and I will see you on the next one. Take care, y'all.